Hi everyone! Who has not subscribed to our channel? Probably it's you.
So now you need to click the red button and the bell.
Misha, today you have a very useful job.
And you have the most disputable one. Why did I call a lawyer a disputable job? Because the truth is born in a dispute.
For Misha, I came up with the ecologist because in my opinion, we have to take care of our planet.
Invite.
Hello.
Hi.
Today I'm visiting an ecologist. His name is Vasily.
I'm not exactly an ecologist. My job is much broader. Today I'll tell you about it. Let's go?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Sonya.
This is Ekaterina Smirnova and she's a super lawyer. Today I'll study the law.
Welcome to the world of law. Shall we start?
Yes.
Goodbye myths.
Is it true that lawyers make a lot of money?
Actually, depends on a lawyer. Because we don't have, an average wage. It depends on your competencies, on what cases you work on how authorized expert you are, and if you're a really good professional, you can make a lot of money in this job.
Is it true that lawyers cannot defend their family members and close ones?
Well, there is no such restriction, actually. But it's not advisable by the Code of Ethics. You know why? Because when you are involved in a process which concerns you personally, for example, it's about your mother, so you lose your cold-minded thinking and you want to get things done so desperately that it could impact your warm heart, can impact your cold mind.
Is it true that all ecologists use waste sorting bins even at home?
Almost. Most of them separate the waste into the elements. Someone uses the bins, someone the bags, someone uses the boxes, which are then thrown out. But some of them, there's quite a few of them, they don't sort their waste because there's no place to do this, they are not willing to, or it's difficult to do in the family.
Is it true that ecologists buy food only which is marked with the eco symbol?
That's not true, because this symbol doesn't always guarantee that it's an environmentally friendly and good product.
Is it true that ecologists are ready to work as volunteers? Well, it means for free.
It is, in part, because very often, people interested in ecologically sustainable development do volunteer projects, and that means working for free. But like any job, of course, a job in the field of ecology must be paid, and it's often well paid. Oh, wow!
Right now, we are in Skolkovo. First question, why?
Skolkovo is a top-ranked business school of Russia, which teaches people how to make our world more correct in the future.
What means ecological and social governance, ESG?
It means that essentially the experts are trying to make our world of tomorrow not worse, but even better than the present. To make a clean environment, to make our nature brighter, cleaner, and more colorful, and to make people happy.
And are you working for some sort of company or for the government?
Well, I work for a company, yes, but in general, specialists for ecological, social, and corporate governance can work for completely different organizations. They can work in public services, helping the entire country. They can work for private institutions and businesses to develop some special areas of environmental or social assets. They can also help large international companies to become better, cleaner, and more environmentally friendly.
Tell me please, who against whom do you defend?
Well, actually, it's a difficult question because I work as a competition lawyer. It's a law that maintains, market competition. Let's just imagine, for example, almost every doll in the world would be made by the same factory. And this factory would sell these dolls all over the world. And it would set such a price for them that they consider to be fair and honest. In this way, we have the situation when this manufacturer is a dominant market player. And the consumer's interests wouldn't be protected because not all of them can afford these dolls. So in this case, for example, I can represent the manufacturer, so saying that this is totally fair and economically feasible. Or I can defend the market and the consumers, saying that the manufacturer abuses them.
So does it depend on who hired you?
Well, we can say so.
And exactly, what do you do every day in office?
Well, on some days, we have to meet government representatives and authorities and discuss how we will behave in the future. We as a business, we as the state. Sometimes I teach at universities, helping students understand what sustainable development is, what ecology is. Sometimes we're thinking of some interesting projects that would make our lives much better.
What education does the ecologist or the ESG manager has to have?
Actually, I have a degree in economics. My colleagues have absolutely different ones. There are people with the education of environmental studies. They know absolutely everything about nature and how to treat it. There are people with a degree in law, and their job is to help us write laws and to change some processes in the government. Some people studied engineering and therefore work well with machines and equipment. They help us to manufacture new innovative instruments.
Do you spend much time in the court?
To be honest, I don't spend a lot of time there. The main place where competition litigations are pending is a competition regulator. That's where I spend lots of time.
Please describe your office routine.
I don't have a regular office routine. Sometimes I start my workday with a hearing, in which case I go to the court or the anti-monopoly service. Well, actually, I try to work from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. because there's something special about the lawyers. We have actually everything we need for the work is our head and a laptop. That's why there's a feeling sometimes that you work constantly.
Do you have a professional motto?
We're saving the world.
And what do all these packing markings mean? Bio, eco, organic?
They can mean two things. Firstly, this food or this product is actually produced according to special standards, ecological or some other ones. And secondly, they can mean that the manufacturer of this product tries to hype and to use the popularity of this topic to make people buy their product more often and more of it.
If you lose the case, would you be paid?
To be honest, we'd be paid most likely. It doesn't mean that we don't depend on the result, because we are not getting paid for the result, but our work. I mean, I can do my best. I can work day and night and spend a lot of time protecting interests of my client. But in the end, the result is out of my control, because the decision is made by the judge on the court case. So anyway, we are paid for the work done.
And isn't the package made of plastic? How is it?
And it's good, because plastic, as a matter of fact, if you use it right, is a perfect instrument for preserving the quality of the product. And if you can properly pick it up and recycle it, you can use it to make a new package directly from the same material. It's called circularity. It means once used plastic is being recycled into a new package.
And do you have to take it somewhere for this?
Yes, of course. For this, it's necessary to sort and separate your waste materials. Not to throw the waste in the common bin, but to sort it.
Does it make any sense here in Russia?
Yes, of course it does. We have our recycling system is very well, still not perfect, but very well developed. And now, one of the directions I'm working on now is trying to persuade people that the waste is not garbage, but a very valuable material. It's a secondary material, but nevertheless, it can make money and gets us valuable supplies.
And is there any difference between a lawyer and an attorney?
The biggest difference is in the criminal cases. So when we talk about the defense in criminal cases, and I mean crimes, in this case, only an attorney can practice. There are also some aspects, I won't go into details, but for example, there is such thing as legal professional privilege. All my records, all my folders start with one thing. It's a file written in bold letters. The record is subject to legal professional privilege and belongs to attorney Ekaterina Smirnova. What does it mean? It means no one has the right to look into it. It's a legal professional privilege.
Check in. Every one of us, ESG managers, has a general plan which we're working on. It's called Sustainable Development Goals, which were established by the United Nations General Assembly. It's an international organization that, let's say, regulates these aspects. And these goals, there are 17 of them, and they are illustrated in this cool and nice picture using a selection of different icons. Could you tell which icon indicates what?
Well, the first one, I don't know. The second one, don't know. Some sort of food, maybe. The third one is definitely health. On the fourth one, there's a book and a pencil.
What could it mean?
Probably the education, maybe.
Bingo.
Clean water. It's water, yes.
Yep. And the fifth one is about gender equality. Equality
and what's
between men and women. So what do you think the sun could mean?
The sun shines. And it wastes energy, probably. Then
So
the
it
energy.
means- yeah, it's about cheap and affordable energy coming from ecological sources.
This is a city. Probably it's sustainable, as I can see by the skyscrapers. Ordinary houses.
You're absolutely right, yes. The 11th goal is sustainable cities.
Number 13 is Earth in an eye.
Here's a hint, climate. It's about taking action against climate change.
Fish and water.
It's an ecosystem of seas and oceans.
Well, now I suggest that we get to the practice. One of the essential skills of a lawyer has to be a persuasive skill. Let's pretend you are a lawyer. Now try to defend. You will have to defend Gena the crocodile.
Okay.
If you remember, there's an episode in an animation film about Chiburashka and Gena. They're coming to the playground and see 3 poor kids who have no place to play. They decide to build a house for them. To build a house for the kids, Gena the crocodile ruins an electrical substation. So, what do you think? Possibly. Can Gena's action be excused? And what defense argument would you use if you were Gena's lawyer, and how would you defend him?
Well, I think he built a playground and ruined the substation, but his intentions were good. He wanted to help children because they were bored. I think so.
I'll agree with you that maybe Gena the crocodile was driven by high ideas. But is it a reason to shut down the power in a whole building?
I think he didn't know that he was shutting down the power in a building or a city or the country or the whole world, but but he built a playground and now there's a place for kids to play.
Now, let me tell you one argument which you could use. Do you know what shows us that Gena meant no harm to the children? Because he himself didn't know he might get an electric shock, and probably Gena the crocodile cannot read. So he didn't notice a sign with the bold letters saying danger. Exactly. That's why he didn't realize he put himself in danger, not to mention the kids.
We'll make nothing here. Challenge.
And now the challenge section. There are different laws in different countries and many of them are funny. I'll read some of the laws and you try to guess if they're real or not.
Wow, it's intriguing. Let's give it a try.
Is it true that in the US it's forbidden to dine in a burning apartment?
True.
Yes.
Huh?
In Brazil it's forbidden to visit zoos on Independence Day. True or false?
No.
Correct. In Great Britain, members of parliament are prohibited to enter the House of Commons wearing armor. True or false?
True.
It's too correct. In Thailand, stepping on money is a crime. True or false?
Let it be true.
Yeah!
Yes? Yeah.
In France and Great Britain, it's forbidden to kiss on railway stations.
No.
Yes?
Everyone's kissing there. I saw it.
And now we have, guess what? Yes, challenge. I will explain the challenge. Vasily has to shut his eyes, try to identify by the touch what these things are, and put them in the bins.
Well, it's definitely a glass and a cap. It means we sort them. Glass goes here, and aluminium goes right here. This is the Tetra Pak package. Actually, it has to be put separately because Tetra consists of carton, paper, and aluminium. There are many layers. That's why it has to be sorted out. What else do we have? Paper. It's something like an egg carton, yeah?
Right.
Look, there's something
But
cool
be
about
careful. There's a shell inside.
Yeah, I can smell it. So what do we do with them? It's not going to paper because these boxes are made of pulp carton. It's multiply recycled paper. So, bags, cellophane bags. Unfortunately, they can't always be recycled and it depends on what they're made of, so we put it away. It feels like a plastic box. These boxes are often made of PET. It's the most environmentally friendly plastic. ID1.
Well, challenge completed.
Blitz quiz.
Are your parents proud of your job?
I think they are.
Yes.
Would you like your children to do the same job?
Hardly.
I prefer my child to choose a job that would please him.
Are you happy while working?
Yes.
Would you change your profession if you were offered more money?
It depends on the profession.
If the other profession was interesting, I could change my profession.
What is your motivation in your job?
My motivation is that my actions are useful for the planet and people.
What is the biggest fee of your professional life?
My biggest fee for a single consulting project was about 40,000 euros per project. Emotions up.
Guys, I really enjoyed today. I learned a lot about proper recycling and waste sorting.
Thanks, Ekaterina, for a super cool day. I really enjoyed it. I realized it's very hard to work as a lawyer and you have to study a lot, but it's worth it.
StarWorks!
Adults, if you'd like us to present your job, here's our email.
Thank you everyone for watching. Bye bye!
See ya!